Alexis Bellino goes to war with RHOC cast in reunion trailer. Alexis Bellino is bringing the drama as she goes to war with the cast in the RHOC reunion trailer. The season 18 reunion starts on Thursday, November 7th, and Alexis is leaving no stone unturned. She has a bone to pick with almost everyone, and she is ready to start picking. Keep reading to see who she really goes at it with. Alexis Bellino is back on the reunion couches. The last RHOC reunion Alexis Bellino attended was in season 8, and she seemed to be on an island by herself. Her storyline was lackluster as she and her husband, Jim Bellino, opened a new business while trying to act happily married. She also maintained the ladies had bullied her, causing her to go on anti-anxiety meds. Alexis tried to make amends, but by the time the reunion came around, it was clear she was no longer needed. She left but was not forgotten. Alexis and Jim divorced, but he sued Tamra and Shannon Beater, costing them hundreds of thousands of dollars. No one missed Alexis, aka Jesus Jugs, until she began dating Shannon Beater's ex-boyfriend John Jansen. Shannon had been with John for around 3 years after her divorce from David Beater. They split, and then he met Alexis by happenstance. At the same time, she reconnected with Tamra and Heather Dubrow, plus her dating John made for great television, so she returned for season 18. Unfortunately, all Alexis Bellino did was gush over and defend John aka Johnny J. She also shared he had footage of Shannon nearly running over his daughter, and then he sued his ex for $75,000. John allegedly let Shannon borrow the money for a facelift, but she never paid him back. It broke Shannon, and she, along with some cast members and fans, felt John was blackmailing her by holding onto the footage. When the ladies went to London for Shannon's 60th, Alexis was not invited, which hurt her. Now the RHOC reunion is here, and Alexis is back on the couch. She is not only lashing out at Shannon, but is also at war with the rest of the cast. A whole Alexis goes crazy on the women. When Alexis Bellino finally arrives at the RHOC reunion couch, she is ready to go. According to page 6, she goes right for Shannon Beater. She maintained that Shannon has been bitter because of the John Jansen romance. However, Shannon claimed never liked Alexis after the lawsuit her ex-husband filed against herself and Tamra Judge, which she believes Alexis was in on. Alexis says this to Shannon. The last time Shannon spoke out about the suit was on WVHF, and she claimed John would settle, but she had to release something positive about him. It is unclear if it is officially over and done. Yet Alexis is not done, as she and Emily Simpson soon go at it after Alexis refers to her former friend as Tweedledum. Emily rages, telling Alexis she will not call her dumb. Looks like Alexis is here, and, as much as she wants to move past the season, she may very well want to secure an orange for season 19. Alexis Bellino is back, and she's not here to play nice. The Real Housewives of Orange County reunion trailer just dropped, and it's packed with more drama than a Shakespearean tragedy. If Shakespeare wrote about designer-clad women throwing verbal daggers under the blinding lights of Bravo's cameras, the return of Alexis has sent shockwaves through the OC, stirring old wounds, igniting fresh feuds, and making one thing crystal clear. The Queen is back, and she's got a score to settle. The war begins. As the trailer opens, Andy Cohen, Bravo's king of chaos, sits poised at the center of the battlefield, ready to referee what promises to be a reunion for the ages. The camera pans across the ladies, all decked out in glittering gowns, their eyes sharp as daggers. But the energy shifts the moment Alexis makes her grand entrance. Dressed in a stunning ice blue dress that somehow manages to look both ethereal and intimidating, Alexis walks onto the stage with the poise of a gladiator entering the arena. There's a beat of silence, a collective breath held by the cast and audience alike. Then the first shot is fired. Tamra Judge, ever the instigator, wastes no time. "Oh look, it's Alexis Bellino, back from the grave," she quips, her tone dripping with sarcasm. Alexis smirks, "And yet, I'm the one standing while you're scrambling for relevance." Ouch! Old feuds reignite. Heather Dubrow, ever the picture of composed elegance, shifts in her seat. Alexis, you've been gone for years. Why come back now? Alexis tilts her head. Maybe because I never got to finish what I started. Or maybe, just maybe, because you all have been talking about me behind my back for years. Shannon Beater scoffs, crossing her arms. Oh please, no one's been thinking about you. Alexis leans in, her voice a silk-wrapped dagger. Funny, because your name has been in my DMs, asking for forgiveness. A collective gasp ripples across the room. Shannon's face freezes, her attempt at composure failing as Andy raises an eyebrow. Shannon, care to respond? Shannon stammers. That is completely taken out of context. Alexis shrugs. Receipts don't lie. The new Alexis. It's not just old grudges that Alexis is here to settle. She's also ready to introduce the world to a new version of herself. I'm not the woman I was when I left, she declares. I've grown. I've learned. And I refuse to let anyone bulldoze over me. Gina Kirschenheiter, sipping her wine with wide eyes, raises a brow. So you're saying you're still dramatic, just with better comebacks? Alexis grins. Exactly. The women exchange glances, some amused, others wary. They know better than to underestimate a housewife on a mission. The explosive climax. As the trailer nears its end, the tension reaches a fever pitch. Voices overlap. Accusations fly. And at one point, Alexis stands, pointing a perfectly manicured finger at Tamra. You have done nothing but tear women down, and I refuse to let you do it to me again. Tamra throws up her hands. Oh please, Alexis, go cry to Jesus. And with that, Alexis delivers the final blow. He's busy listening to your prayers for a storyline. Silence. Then, chaos. The trailer ends on a cliffhanger, with Andy rubbing his temples and muttering, "Why do I do this to myself?" The aftermath. If the reunion trailer is any indication, Alexis Bellino's return to RHOC is going to be nothing short of explosive. The OC ladies thought they had seen the last of her, but Alexis is back with a vengeance, and she's not afraid to go to war. Will old wounds be healed, or will the battle lines be drawn deeper than ever before? One thing's for sure, Orange County just got a whole lot more interesting. The Bravo universe has been rocked yet again, and this time, it's Alexis Bellino leading the charge into battle. With a dramatic return that no one saw coming, Alexis storms the Real Housewives of Orange County reunion stage like a warrior queen reclaiming her throne. The newly released reunion trailer teases an explosive showdown, setting the stage for one of the most talked-about reunions in RHOC history. The trailer opens with the cast seated in a tense semicircle, their designer-clad bodies as rigid as their Botox-enhanced expressions. Host Andy Cohen, ever the referee in these reality TV brawls, leans forward, sensing the storm that's about to break. And then, like a bolt of lightning in a California wildfire, Alexis Bellino makes her grand entrance. Dressed in a power suit that screams authority, she strides onto the set, her every step an unspoken challenge to those who once doubted her place in the OC elite. Gasps ripple through the cast. Tamra Judge's signature cat-like glare sharpens, Heather Dubrow clutches her pearl necklace a little tighter, and Shannon Beater exhales through gritted teeth. The tension is palpable. "Guess who's back, ladies?" Alexis says, her voice laced with triumph. The trailer cuts to a rapid montage of past conflicts, Alexis sparring with Tamra, tense dinner parties, and screening matches that have fueled the franchise for years. The audience is reminded that Alexis was never just a side character. She was a force to be reckoned with. Then, the first verbal missile is launched. "I thought you left this show because you couldn't handle the heat," Tamra sneers, arms crossed. Alexis smirks. "And I thought you left because you needed a paycheck." Cue the gasps. Heather, ever the queen of controlled chaos, interjects. "Ladies, let's be civilized." But there is nothing civilized about this war. The trailer jumps to snippets of Alexis firing back at accusations, defending herself against past betrayals, and standing her ground as the cast tries to dismantle her comeback. At one point, Shannon snaps, "You don't belong here anymore, Alexis." Without missing a beat, Alexis leans forward, her voice icy. And yet here I am, sitting right next to you. The tension is so thick, one could slice it with a diamond-encrusted steak knife. In another scene, a heated argument erupts between Alexis and Tamra, voices rising as Andy Cohen futilely attempts to mediate. "Ladies, one at a time," he pleads, but his words are lost in the whirlwind of accusations and finger-pointing. Tears, threats, and a perfectly timed hair flip punctuate the chaos. The trailer teases a moment where Alexis, eyes blazing, delivers a line that will no doubt be immortalized in RHOC history. "You can try to erase me, but you'll never forget me." As the trailer winds down, we're left with cliffhangers. Alexis wiping away a single tear, Shannon storming off set, Tamra whispering something to Heather that earns a gasp, and of course Andy Cohen looking exhausted yet exhilarated.